Welcome to Horror Movies and Beyond. I'm your host, Ivotres Littles, where we dive into all things horror, from movie reviews to spooky news. If it goes bump in the night, we're talking about it. Imagine being overwhelmed by grief that you slowly transform into the very thing you're desperate to avoid. Before we descend into today's darkness, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification so you don't miss a video. The Thing with Feathers is a British psychological drama co-written and directed by Dylan Southern, and it's adapted from Max Porter's 2015 novel Grief is the Thing with Feathers. The film examines death and grief through the perspective of multiple characters. Benedict Cumberbatch portrays a father whose sons, played by Henry and Richard Boxall, are struggling emotionally and physically with the sudden death of his wife and their mother. We witness their grief take form into an entity that feels simultaneously eerie, haunting, and oddly inviting. His sons appear uninterested in listening to him. That feeds into his frustration and confusion. Emotions run high, and his grief becomes too much to contain and spill over into his sons. That's when his new friend shows up, a man-sized crow. The crow becomes his obsession, his emotional freedom, but he resists, and this caused him and his sons to emotionally spiral out of control. Even the crow believes this was a difficult case, trying to decide which of the methods would be the best medicine. Beat him into submission or allow him to feel every painful moment. Throughout the film, we see grief through the eyes of his in-laws, friends, family, and therapists. It seems like everyone else is accepting the sudden loss. However, from the boy's perspective, grief is a lot of broken promises, destructive behavior, and escape from reality. From the dad's point of view, it's the boogeyman, a painful reminder of what is lost. That's the point. Feeling and letting out those emotions prevent the real monsters from showing up. Sometimes the most painful lessons to learn are the ones we teach ourselves. I want to point out something unique about this film, that the dad's transformation is mental, less physical. There are some strange muscle movements and some weird sounds. He doesn't grow feathers or a beak. What he goes through is far worse. There's a thin line between grief and despair. If you don't face the grief head on and feel every part of it, despair can manifest into the darkest parts of your mind, consume every thought until there's nothing left but an empty shell of what was once you. Cumberbatch delivers a performance that carries us through the emotional landscape of grief with his remarkable depth and nuance. I have a confession. I only watched 2 movies with him as Doctor Strange, and of course the Avengers movies, and the dragon, I think it's Smug in the Hobbit series. I know he's played multiple roles and multiple characters of some really popular movies, TV shows, and probably some plays, but I feel like I'm glad that I went in kind of blindly. I know he's a talented artist, so it was nice to see it a different way, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I went in with this, like, okay, he's going to be great, and he was really great. You know what I mean? I feel like this movie took a lot out of him because it was taking a lot out of me. He really deep dive into how we were supposed to see grief and despair and mourning, transformations, the noises, the clicking sounds, the anger, physically as well as emotionally. And he was just conveying those emotions to the audience. I mean, you felt every moment. You missed his wife with him. You missed the way the life used to be. He did such a great job taking us into his journey, into his character. Please check out The Thing with Feathers. It's currently in the theaters. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to share this video and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Your support keeps the horror alive. Until next time, bye everyone.